Thank you, John, for having this conversation with me and sharing with me a little bit about the Hyperbath Pro and getting all my questions answered. But before we start, I was wondering if you can tell me a couple of minutes about how you got involved with the Hyperbath Pro.
Yes, well, great. Thanks for having me here today, Mimi. And yeah, it was quite a while ago that my wife was really struggling and that's how I got into the health business. I'm an auto mechanic by trade and when my wife started having some health issues with chronic pain, fatigue, and a lot of joint pain and just uh, a lot of compressed com depression, not
Right.
compression. Yeah, and when you're not feeling well, that's usually the result of really having not losing your will to live. I mean, we went through a lot of frustrating and I'm not blaming the medical. They said try this, try that, but
They're doing the
telling
best that they can.
well what they can what they know and it was frustrating because they were even telling her it's all in her head and
Oh,
we tried so many specialists and this and that and it was the one day she she went to a clinic and she came back that day and she said, John, I tried something today and I really can't explain it, but I put my feet in nice warm water and after 30 minutes it was disgustingly dirty. She said it had an offensive odor and she just said I felt different, but she couldn't explain it, and so uh, I was very skeptical of what it was, but that was the very first time in years that I'd seen that she had a glow in her eyes and she had hope again, and
mm.
so that's where it started, and we've done a lot of different things since, but uh, we used the original iron cleanse, and at that time it was very expensive in US dollars. So she continued the treatments 2 to 3 times a week, driving 2 hours.
Yeah. So I guess that you landed up buying your own machine.
Well, eventually we did. After she was paying $65 a treatment, all the gas going back and forth, and the it took
Time.
a
Yeah.
lot of time, and we spent way more than 4,000 US dollars in 4 to 5 months.
Well,
And in the end, we still had to we bought the unit.
so I could understand your passion to make sure that nobody else ever has to go through what your wife went through. Um, if they have a hyper bath pro.
Well, absolutely. And I I'm an auto mechanic by trade. I'm not a doctor at all, but one thing that I know is what's really important is customer service
Mm.
and that things work. There was nothing that ticked off a customer when their car didn't work. And it's the same with the Hyperbath. I know it's of the highest quality, the most powerful. And we designed, my son and I designed, developed, and we control 100% of the manufacturing. So if there's a problem, we deal with it.
Awesome. So talk to me now a little bit about the Hyperbath Pro itself, the advantages of doing it, having it, and the unique feature you have of the belt. I can't even remember the name of what you call it right now, but you have some unique things that go along with your particular unit that I think people should know about.
Yeah, so it's dual modalities. It's the ionization. There's a coil that goes in the water that's positive and negative, that puts the positive and negative ions into the water, which creates the ionization that puts the microcurrents in that really recharge every cell and tissue in the body. But we've added another feature on there. It's the far infrared heat, and it's a belt that we suggest you put on your lower back while you're doing the hyperbath session, the 30-minute session, because it increases the circulation in the major organs in the body. But you can put that belt anywhere on the body. If you've got a sore shoulder, if you've got a sore neck or sore knee, put it on there, and you don't even have to put the water in the hyper bath. You can use
The
the
heat,
belt separate. So it's of dual purpose there, and it really enhances. As a matter of fact, they say in Japan, the hospitals use have been using the far infrared heat for healing because it's not a high heat, but it's a deep
right?
penetrating healing heat.
Yeah, I get it. And so when people are have their feet in the foot bath, how long is a session? Do they have control over how long a session is?
The machine I've made really simple. It's set up all really you only have to add water. It's I've made it really simple. You fill it with nice warm water, put it on, and then you have to adjust the amps with the sea salt, which I include in there to get the amperage correct for the conductivity in the water, because all waters are different in the conductivity.
Right.
And it's it's programmed to go 30 minutes, but you can go from 1 minute to 60 minutes on the timer on it and adjust that. And we suggest 30 minutes is ideal. And and we found out so much more about it. You know, everybody at the beginning was putting their feet in the water, it changes color, it gets dirty, and but that's such a small part of what it's really doing. It's the next 48 hours of how it's really the microcurrents are charging every cell and tissue in the body. So anybody in the energy can immediately see the auras widening and the chakras opening, and there's just so much that we're finding out of how powerful it really is now.
So, so you mentioned earlier that your wife had to do these 2 or 3 times a week, but for your average person, what's the frequency? And not just the frequency per week, but how long does one do it for? Is it like a 3 month process, a 6 month, or an ongoing? And how many times? How often?
A very good question, and it varies. I mean, doing it once a month is certainly a lot better than doing it not at all. But
Right.
we've really found out to get the you should be doing it twice a week to get a lot of benefits. And we used to say do 14 sessions, 10 to 14 sessions, and then uh, take a break for a couple weeks. But right now a lot of the practitioners are learning that, you shower every day or a couple times a week. You brush your teeth or whatever. Why would you not want to clean your insides out? Because we're
Right.
exposed to the toxins every day. And the biggest thing that we've found now is it's not just the physical, it's the whole body, mind, and spirit.
Right.
And the emotional release is huge. We all deal with a lot of emotions, especially in these times. Everybody's got stress. Everybody's got past emotions, and what I really want to focus is on, yes, we want to address the problems. What's wrong, but okay, what's the solution? So get solution focus on what do you want to achieve instead of always dwelling in the past, and that's where the emotional release comes in really, really heavy.
Yeah, so I think that what I'd like to do is share a little bit with our audience some of the ways in which I've seen the Hyperbath Pro used. Um, if you don't mind, I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump in and when you get the gist of where I'm going, you could throw in some things too. I have a close friend who recently used the Hyperbath Pro. He used the one I had at my home, and he had extraordinarily swollen feet. They weren't just red swollen, they were dark swollen. Like you can tell they were so swollen that the blood was stopping going there. He goes to the hospital, and the hospital tells him, all your blood tests are normal, and they send him home. But he's clear that there's a problem, and nobody's telling him what the problem is. So he comes to my house and he does a foot bath. And for the first time in months, his feet are pink, like there's actually blood flowing through there. And I can't recall if he told me that the swelling went down a little bit at this moment, but he just felt a sense of hope that there was an answer for him out there in the detox, in just getting some detox out to start getting some stuff out. He has since found out that he has an infection, a chronic infection on the inside, and he'll be using the Hyperbath Pro to support him with detoxing that infection. It's a deep infection, one that he's had for many, many, many years because he wasn't aware of it. So that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to share with our audience is from myself, my own experience. I've had swollen ankles for a very long time. I'm going to say at least 5 years. And I couldn't understand why I had swollen ankles, but it already always bothered me because I have nice feet, kind of thing. Recently, it came out that I was pre-diabetic, so it was probably a sign of that. I did 2 foot baths 3 days apart, and my ankles are back to normal and have not become swollen since. So I did do the 14-day thing because that was in the instructions when I got the unit, and the 2-week break. And I'm on my second round of stuff, and I'm doing it every 2 weeks. And I just feel all around good. And I know that that might not say anything, but I'm going to describe it this way. Sometimes when you go to the bathroom and you get off the toilet, you feel very empty and clean. That's how I feel when I finish Hyperbath Pro. I feel that I've been cleaned from the inside out.
Yeah.
Right? I go
Yeah,
down.
and
I go
yeah.
downstairs and I'm eating healthy because I don't want to put any junk into my now clean body.
Yeah, and that's that's interesting, Mimi, because that's what we get a lot from a lot of people. Even you know, earlier on, we were getting a lot of people that were smoking heavy that
Mm,
that quit because they saw how disgusting the water was. And sometimes when heavy smokers are in the water, when they leave, it almost smells like somebody was smoking in the room because
well,
it's bringing out a lot of the excuse me, the odors that are coming in out of the body. But it's, you're right, when people they they see what's coming out, it's so visual, and we as human beings like to see to believe. But it makes you aware that you want to start taking a healthier lifestyle. You want to eat better, you want to start taking care of yourself. And the big thing that we find is the brain fog is gone. People do feel cleaner on
yeah.
the inside.
We're so lucky to have a technology. We're living at a day and an age when we have this technology to support us. And I don't know if I ever told you this, John, but I expect to live a very long life. I have a centenarian in my family, my grandmother, and I take after her. She lived to over 100 on fried food.
Mm.
And I expect, especially since I take care of myself now, to live way past 100. And it's important for me to have a good quality of life as I age. I don't want to be walking around with a walker, not able to speak or have brain fog or, not even be able to walk. That's not living long to me.
Yeah.
And the Hyperbath Pro is such a support for the things that could potentially hold me back from having that quality of life. I'm so excited to be using it and to be implementing it into my daily self-care regimen.
Yes, and we do have literally hundreds and hundreds of testimonials. And I've never really had anybody say, "Now that was a bad experience." As a matter of fact, they say, when can I come back and get another? And because they want to see how how they're feeling, or what difference they're making. And when you talk about infection, a lot of our pains are inflammation.
Yeah.
And it's been very, very effective for that. As a matter of fact, a lot of people suffer with gout, and I've got a lot of people that that come as soon as their gout goes on, because it's gone in a few days with the hyperbath. Most times it's the only thing that helps them.
So the last thing that I'd like you to talk about a little bit is your affiliate program. Now, this is meant to be an educational kind of video, but we've said so many good things about the Hyperbath Pro. There might be somebody out there that's thinking, "Oh, I wonder how I can support people with this if it's working that good." So I was wondering if you would say a little bit about that, about what's possible, both for somebody specific and for the people in that community.
Yes, and that's where I'm rebranding more to go to the holistic health conscious people, the holistic practitioners, to become our affiliates, because over 95% of our sales are from people that already experience the foot bath, or own it, or are using it in a business. And let's face it, business, if we're not flourishing in our business, we're going to have a hard time helping others. And I can assure people that this is going to be the number one tool that you're going to bring into your business that interests most everyone can use it. Most everyone is interested in experiencing it. But then as an affiliate, I want to set you up as a affiliate or referral partner that we can send people to you to experience the hyperbath, and they may remain a client forever and use your other services.
Right.
But
But for the person that has the side hustle, a side that uses the Hyperbath Pro as a side hustle, almost like a referral partner versus an affiliate, there's that option too. What I'm thinking is coming up in the future is that every home is going to have a Hyperbath Pro, like everybody has a cell phone. You know, everybody has a cell phone now. Everybody's going to have a Hyperbath Pro. It's just a question of when. It's just a question of when. And
yes,
if the affiliate, if there are people out there that want to look at how they can support their communities, that they should get in contact with you. And how would they do that?
well, right now we've got on our website, we've got a free sign up for our complete affiliate referral program, and everything's explained. I've joined with another gentleman who's really experienced in the referral affiliate program, and we're making it really simple. There's videos in there how to sign up, how to uh, not to sell it, to share the knowledge of what we've learned. And that's what it's all about, is just sharing the knowledge of what it is. And you don't have to be doing the treatments to become an affiliate. As a matter of fact, a lot of our referral partners now just are they're using it for their family. They're maybe using it for to go along with their business. But a lot of people do want the home unit because then a whole family can use it. The average charge for the session is around $65. And if you have your own system, you can do it for like $1.50 to $2 is
Comes
for
out
the
to that, yeah,
expensive,
to that amount of money.
for the back end supplies that you need to run it. So that makes it really achievable for a whole family.
Yeah.
They want to use it, and the convenience, you do it at any time. Anybody can hook it up so easily.
I think we talked about a lot of different things today. Any last words before we go?
Uh, I really have a passion to help people. I just don't want them to have to go through the struggles, the frustration of what we went through. And I know we can help. I know we can help a lot of people to get the word out there. There's nothing better than putting your feet in nice warm water, sitting back and enjoying and getting results. Transforming your body, your health, your life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with me today and sharing your heart and all about the Hyperbath Pro.
Thank you, Mimi.